Hi guys, it's only me. Just in case you wondered who that was. Uh, just reminds me actually, before I start this video, someone sent me a message asking me if I bought this from a shop. Well, if you take into consideration that it's made out of cereal boxes, yes, I did. But yeah, I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. Clearly can't see very well. Anyway, guys, hope you're all doing well. I wanted to do a quick video today. I'm thinking, just thinking, and don't shoot me down in flames, please, guys. I'm thinking of selling my Super Meteor 650. Let me tell you why, okay? And let me tell you what's brought this on. And I blame it on a number of things, but the main person I blame it on is Sean from Mindful Motorcyclists. Watch his channel, it's a great channel. He did a video yesterday or the day before about selling, the prices of Royal Enfields have hit rock bottom. Now, maybe that is true. I don't know. I think it's general across the board. My friend who's got CB1000R, it's 18 months old. He got a Part X price from a Honda main dealer, and it was insulting. I won't tell you what it was, but he's had that bike from new, and it's done 7,000 miles. And so maybe it's across the board. I don't know, but nevertheless, I started thinking, well, the reason I bought that Super Meteor was to buy, it's a stopgap really for the classic 650 for when that comes out, because I definitely think that that'd be a nice bike to own. However, that's probably not for another year. Now in a year's time, my Super Meteor is going to be worth a lot less then than it is now. I've looked at an Auto Trader today and yesterday and the day before that, and there isn't one single private seller selling a Super Meteor 650. They're all trade, and the cheapest trade one is 6 grand. That's used. I think it's done 300 or 400 miles. Mine's done 600 miles or something. So in a year's time, when there will be definitely more private sellers selling their Super Meteors, I'll be up against competition. Whereas in my crazy little head, I'm thinking if I sell it now, it's only going to be the only private one available, or even if it's one of two, you know, there's not going to be much selection for somebody who wants to buy off a private seller. And then there's the bonus that it's had its first service, etc., etc., etc. But it's then I have to think about, what is it worth? What would I get for that bike, and what would I be willing to take for it? Now, if the trade are starting at 6 grand, then I can't really think that I'm going to get more than 5.5 grand, maybe. I don't know. And I wouldn't take less than 5.5 grand. So maybe it's very hard to gauge. I could put it onto Australia, which I nearly did today actually, for 5,750 and see what happens. But am I pitching it too high? I really don't know. I don't know. And then I know that I wouldn't take less than probably 5.5 grand. And then is someone going to buy off of me as opposed to a trader who's going to give them a warranty, etc., etc.? Although obviously my bike's only, what, 3-4 months old. So these are the things that keep me awake at night, guys. And I do blame Sean from Mindful Motorcyclists, because he's made me think maybe now, whether or not that is a right statement about the Royal Enfields have hit rock bottom. I think that definitely in a year's time, because of the introduction of the Classic 650 and because there'll be more private sellers selling their Super Meteors, that probably now is a better time to sell. So if I did sell that, what would I buy? So one of the things that the Super Meteor 650 has reminded me is how much I love cruiser bikes. And that's really solely because, not solely, but one of the big reasons is because of the forward controls and how comfortable it is. And I love the way they look. I know a lot of people don't like cruisers, and that's fine. Everyone's got their tastes, and that's absolutely fine. But for me, I've always loved cruisers. I've always loved the way they look. I love the way they fit me. But sadly, nowadays, maybe back in the early 2000s, Honda Yamaha, Suzuki, the three main, and Kawasaki, they all had big litre plus size cruisers, and not just big engines. I'm talking about big bikes. They were perfect for me because I'm so big. So whereas the Super Meteor 650, however beautiful it is, and it is beautiful, I absolutely love the look. I know that it doesn't look. I look big on it, which I've said before. It doesn't bother me, but it would be nice to have a big, roomy bike, a big beast of a bike that probably suited me better. So I'm thinking, should I go old school and get a 2010 Honda 1300 or a Suzuki Intruder 1500? You know, it's going to be 10 years old probably because they don't make them anymore. The only companies that do big cruisers now are Harley, obviously, Indian. I've had both of those, and I'm not really a fan of either of them. But I think they look great, but they're just not for me. And I'd really like to stick to one of the four main Jap bikes, but they don't do them anymore. I know Honda do a Rebel 1100, but that bike, although it looks like a cruiser, it doesn't ride like a cruiser. It's very, very crunched up for a tour rider. So I took one out as soon as they came out. I took one out, and it was so uncomfortable. So there is no other bike that I can think of, a modern bike. Oh, the Triumph Speedmaster, I suppose. Again, I've had one of them, and it wasn't mega comfortable. So yeah, I don't know. Tell me what you think, guys. I might put it on Auto Trader today. So if you want to buy my Super Meteor, send me an email and we can chat. And don't forget, guys, you can order these signs from me. £20. Send me £20 and I'll send you one of these signs. Have a great day, guys, and rise safe.